Three, two, one. What's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze tonight?
Hey, the House of Crazy tonight. We have a friend of the show, Mr. J.D. Rosario, is coming through. We're going to be
What
talking to
friend?
him about We're going to be talking to him about a new action figure that he's about to launch, G.I. Joe style. That's right. And we're also going to be talking about, what do you do? Do you sell what you want to sell, or do you sell what they want to buy? We're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. We're going to have JD, talk to us a little bit about that as well. So we're going to have some fun tonight, man. It's going to be good.
At least someone's going to have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man, Rara, and I am with
George, the Dreamer Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. It is Tuesday, September 3rd. We are in September, 9th month of the year. It's almost over. Oh, Hugo won't be live. What up, Hugo? Oh, he left the thumbs up. Thumbs up, though. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Lou is in the house. Gilly Gill, Arelis. Everybody's up in here. Thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't done so yet,
What's
hit
up,
the
Will?
like button. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Oh, what up, Will? Do all that fun stuff so that we can, monetize the channel, dude. I'm surprised. See you guys next month. Oh, that's right. Well,
Yeah,
you'll be
you'll see George.
Comic-Con. That's what's up. What's up. Yeah, no, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Like I told you guys in the soft open day, we're gonna have Mr. JD Rosario. He's gonna be coming on the show. We're gonna be talking to him. ASAP Imagination Hades in the house. What's up? And we're gonna have some fun. We're also gonna be talking about snap, Michael.
Wow.
Everybody's here. Everybody's
Freaks come
here. It's a
out at night.
Party, yo.
Freaks come out at night. Huh, huh, huh. Freaks come
You
out.
know about these
Freaks come
people
out.
and being freaks, bro. Anyway, yeah. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking to you guys, and we're gonna be talking, maybe even JD, jump in here and talk about what we sell at conventions on the table. Do we sell what we want to sell, or do we sell what the people are buying? That'll make more sense as we talk about it in just a few minutes. But JD. Anyway, so Sam, what's going on, dog? How you been? How you doing? How you living?
How you living? In
How you
living
living?
color. I'm living good, bro. Now I'm getting ready for my next con, which is where am I going? I'm going to
Where you going?
College Station Comic Con. And I'm bringing the monsters out, So it's gonna be fun. So number one, it's a college town. It's a great community. There's a big comic book fan base. What I love about College Station Comic Con is not celebrity driven. It's comic book centric, right? And anime, right? So there's a really strong anime crowd. I did extremely well last year. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to have fun. I'm taking my setup to the next level, a whole another level, right? And
Another
you know me, I'm always tweaking, I'm always grinding, and so I'm getting ready for that. So that's going to be fun. And then after that, I have the Denton Comic Art Expo, which is a one-day show, and it'll be my third appearance there. I love that show. It's free to the public. The promoter's always been great to me. And so I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, it will be Cowtown Comic Con, my second appearance. I did it 2 years ago. I didn't go back the second year. But Chris Hayes convinced me. He's like, yo, it's good. We got a new venues, even better. So he did a good job with Texoma. So I'm all in. I'm getting ready for Cowtown Comic Con. I'll be hanging out with William Russell. He'll be there, and Lloyd Calcaterra will be there.
Nice.
So that'll be dope. So looking forward to that. So that's what's going on there. Just grinding.
Nice. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been the year of the
The $1 bin. Yeah, I told you they were cheap.
it's that $1 bit. I tell you, yo, listen, Mike. You know that there were some good books in there, bro.
You
There
know
were some
where you
good
find
books.
you know where you find some good affordable, like rare gems. It's usually at those damn buy and sell bookstores, bro.
Yeah, no, you do. But at Terrificon, there was a guy that was selling dollar comics. I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 350.
Wow.
That's the one that what's his name? Eric Larson was doing the cover at the time. I found Eric Larson, got him to sign it. Dollar book signed by Eric Larson. It was great. And Eric Larson doesn't charge for signatures.
Wow.
He just asked for donation to the Heroes Initiative.
Oh, that's
That's
dope.
what he does. Yeah, he doesn't charge for the signatures. You don't have to give him money for the signatures.
Pop quiz.
Just give him a donation.
Pop quiz. Guess who's coming back to comics?
Who's coming back to comics?
Stephen Platt, bro.
Oh, is he really? What's
Marvel.
he doing?
Yeah, he's doing it. I don't know if it's Avengers. I forgot what it was, but he announced it on Instagram, and he's coming back. He's doing a run, bro.
What was the last time he did? The last thing he did was
Fighting American. No, it was Soul Saga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because he did Prophet, he did Moon Knight. For Marvel, he did like 5 issues of Moon Knight.
Oh, he did.
Fighting American. He did some crossovers with Youngblood and all that other stuff. But Soul Saga was his last. That was his project that he worked on, and he's saying 2. We're gonna ask him what that means afterwards. But yeah, so I'm excited because I have every comic that he's done. So I want to just add to that. He's just a fantastic illustrator.
Yeah, nah, he is. I mean, his style reminds me of David Finch before David Finch.
Yeah.
Like he's nasty.
Yeah. But you got stuff coming up, bro.
Yeah, dude, next month. So I'm definitely gonna be at Baltimore Comic Con. Only 2 issues of Soul Saga. Really did 2? Really?
Dang. I gotta check my inventory.
Yeah, check your stuff. So I'm gonna be at Baltimore Comic Con next month. No, this month. Shoot, in a couple of weeks. The weekend of the 19th. The weekend of the 20th. There it is. I will be at the table. I know. I will be because I'm driving down the 19th because I got to set up on the 19th. And, yeah, I'll be out there with Mr. Jonathan Syfax. D5 is the booth if you want to find us. There are gonna be a couple of guys out there. I think Dan Price is gonna be out there. Mr. Bigfoot Knows Karate. He's gonna be at the show. I know for sure. Mike, you were there last year. I know you guys were there. Went to the bar. Joe didn't make it. Sam, hit him up. Sam. He said he went to the bar. Yo, you know how these kids party. Sam. Hey, Mike, this is the wrong guy to be talking about. Hit him up. Sam fakes stomach issues not to go to bars, bro. I gotta do that too.
I don't know. Don't believe the hype, bro. No, he did 3 issues, bro. He did 5 issues, bro.
Mike, anyway, Mike, he was focused on something else, dog.
So
you lost.
Yo, hit him up, man. What are you talking about? These guys like to go and play in territories where people have guns, and I'm like at night. And mom ain't raised no fool. You know, I grew up in the hood. Doesn't mean I have to go and play in the hood.
Listen.
Like, I'm out.
When the locals call it TJ's, that there's no danger, bro. I'm trying to convince Nita to go to Baltimore Comic Con next year. Let's go, Nita. Come on, let's go. I want to see how it is. I know Daphne was there last year, and I know the show was the way they had set everything up was a little weird. So not everybody made money out there. But I know Michael Sammartino was there. I don't know how I think he did all right. So I'm gonna check it out. I'll be there this year. Like I said, Bigfoot Knows Karate. Dan Price will be there. There's a few other people that are gonna be there. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. The 20th through the 22nd, D5 is the booth. Come check me out. But right before that, actually on the 15th, it's a one-day show. I'm going to be at walking around at the Bazinga, the Bazinga Comic and Toy Show.
What the hell's a Bazinga?
Don't SVX run the same weekend? I don't know. Yeah, last year, yes, and it was the opening, the home opener for the Baltimore Ravens. It was football. It was crazy, dog. It was crazy. Broke even at Baltimore.
Isn't that what's his name? Sheldon says Bazinga.
Bazinga, yeah. So the Bazinga comic and toy show. It's free admission. It's Sunday afternoon, September 15th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. up in Johnson City, New York. That's 3 hours upstate from the city. So I'll be out there. We're going to be walking around, hanging out with our friend Joe Holly. Big shout out to Joe Holly. He's going to be up there.
Holly jolly Christmas.
Yeah, man. He said it was, what did Anthony say? It was the same weekend as SPX. Yeah, same weekend as SPX. Oil game was going on. The Ravens had
That's
a game.
no bueno, bro.
Yeah, they were all the home teams were home. So
whenever you have those kind of events, it always screws up. I think last year I did what's it called? I'm not doing it anymore, but we did an event. It was like nobody showed up because they had the state fair, which was down the road from us.
Well,
and
that's
it was
the
just
problem.
like, yeah.
And you know, it's not just the event, it's how close they are to the convention center. So like Camden Yards and where the Ravens play, they're all within walking distance. So everybody was just parking their cars and walking to the stadiums to watch the baseball game and catch the football game. And
why is SPX masking? That is just crazy, man. Stop acting up, bro.
Yeah. So that's happening. And then I'm also going to be doing a show at a library here in Yonkers. So that's going to be October 5th. And then I'll be seeing Mr. J.D. Rosario at New York Comic Con later on that same month in October. So it's going to be an exciting end of the year. I can't wait. I will have copies of The Adventures of Wonder Duck. I will be telling when the release of that second chapter will be. I know, Sam, you're working on some stuff. Also, I'm working on some stuff for you on the duty front. So that's dope. What did Andy say? I was disappointed when I went by my sister, but my sister lives way too close to the convention center for me to not try again next year. Yeah, true. Yeah, if you're not paying for a stay, why not? Why not do it? Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's going on with us this month and into next month. You doing anything in November, Sam, or December?
No, I'm shutting down November and December. I was going to do a show November and December, but I was like, you know what? I'm taking the rest of the holiday season off because last year, with work and with Comic Cons, I was barely home for the holidays. I was overseas for the holidays. I was not. So this year, I am not gonna go overseas during Thanksgiving like I did last year for the company. I bailed out because I want to have Thanksgiving with the family. We moved out here. I haven't had Thanksgiving with her family here. So I'm gonna cook, inviting everybody over, gonna just chill out, and I'm gonna take the holiday season off.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what shows I do in November and December. I'm not gonna do anything.
Catch the Craze Con coming.
I'm just gonna go to the shows. I'm not gonna bend at anything. Catch the Crazy Con.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be dope. Shit. No celebrities.
You do it in Texas, wouldn't you?
Huh?
You do it in Texas.
Come on, let's do it.
It'd be Texas. It'd be a Texas.
2T satisfied. What it is. Of course. Why not?
Of course.
If I was on the East Coast, I'd do it on the East Coast. But I'm over here. What are you talking about?
Of course. Hey, what am I doing? Where am I going? Of course.
Okay, unless you want to do the legwork and find the venue and all that stuff.
That is a big psych. Big psych. Dude, nah.
Every day. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, charge like $5,000 for a table.
That's the Beetlejuice kitchen needs a proper holiday. Yeah, man.
Beetlejuice all day, duty every day.
I can't wait for Beetlejuice. I'm gonna be the first one to go see it.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. That's gonna be dope. Yeah. That was a good movie. Anyway, so Sam, we're talking about conventions.
Yes.
Listen. Go ahead, go for it.
It's time to get your meds. Let's do it.
It's time for your medicine.
What matters most? What they want, or what you want to sell them?
Word. What matters most, Sam? Now listen, we've been doing a lot of conventions this year.
Word.
And you've done enough conventions as I have to see what people are buying.
Yep.
Versus what you were hoping they would be buying, I guess, or what you want to sell.
Word.
So, and we have a few folks in the chat who have been, exhibitors at conventions. Michael, one of them, Daphne, is in here. So you guys know JD obviously is in the back room. He's going to come out. We're going to talk a little bit about that. William is out there. So what is it? What is the most important thing to you, Sam? Is it what they want to buy, or is it what you want to sell? What do you do? What do you do?
Buy it and you're gonna like it. So I think you always start off with what you want them to buy, right? Hey, what's up? Ray Felix came out. What's up, Creators
Hey, what
Outlet?
up?
Wow.
Oh,
And so everybody wants, you want everybody to buy what you create, right? Um, yeah, we've been doing it, man. And so you go with the intention, like really, to promote your books, right, and promote your artwork. If you're an artist, promote your art. But what I found was things have shifted where when the majority of the comic book conventions promoters are really steering towards pop culture, the trends have shifted. And then what I found, at first I was perplexed by it, but then I just embraced it. What I found was that they were gravitating towards my art, my prints, and my stickers, and the book was an afterthought, and I had to work hard to pitch the book, but I didn't have to work at all for the stickers or my art and my prints. They would just sell themselves. But then I'm like, but this is my character from my comic book series. Oh, you draw comic books? So, so that's so I think that was also interesting for me. So then I've tried other things. I've tried buttons, I've tried pins. What I find most for me that works for me, and I sell them by the droves, are my stickers and my prints. And then the books is just I have to pitch it to sell that as a compliment to the artwork. But it's the artwork that drives them. So my intent was to sell more books, but I'm selling more of my other stuff over the books, which is interesting.
Yeah, no, big shout out to Will from Creative Outlet. Nerds. What it Mike said, I wanted to buy my books, but they want to buy steampunk goggles. Really, I remember back in the day, people were curious and looking for new artists and their books. Now they mostly want what's familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's the thing, right? With that line of what you want them to buy. I've been fortunate that people are still buying the book, right? They're buying the whether it's Wonder Duck or whether it's Rust. People do come to the table and they buy. Now, part of the reason why is because that's all I have at the table is the books. You either buy the books or you're walking away. So I don't have, a large selection of prints. I have prints, but I don't have a large selection of prints. I don't have a large selection of what you call it, of stickers and things like that. So they're not coming to the table for that. What they do come to the table for are the spins. That spinner works.
Mm-hmm.
Kids love to spin the wheel. And the spinner then leads to, you're just breaking the ice, and then people eventually gravitate to, okay, what do you have? You know what I mean? When they spin the wheel and they see that they won a sticker or something, and I tell them to pick the sticker that they want, and they see the character that's on the sticker, I can open up the conversation about the book, and then the book sells because they already have the sticker. So, it really all depends. But I think at the end of the day, you want to sell them what they want, right? What do they want? What are they coming to the table?
Yeah, exactly.
What do they want?
And and in the beginning, I was like, man, I'm just trying to push my books. And then I was like, yo, give them what they want, right? At the end of the day, they're still getting something from me that I created, right? So I'm like, it's a compliment because they've gravitated to Duty, the character, in all these shapes and forms. And then the best part of it is when they do pick up the book, because then I'll get the tagged post, or I'll get an email, or they'll DM me and say, I really love the comic book. When's the next one coming out? Right. But I think you have collectors. Like I had somebody who came over and just like started buying over a dozen stickers. They were a sticker collector and they just love the look of the character. I'm not going to fight it because it's my work. I'm going to embrace it. But in the beginning, it was disheartening, right? And like, oh my God, I got this book, right? And then I didn't understand. I said, why do they keep asking me if I created this comic book? I said, what, they think I'm a vendor? So I'm like, so it was like one of those things where I was like, all right, work on your pitch and your angle, and then over communicate. And then I use that as a way to pitch Duty, and it's been working. So in the beginning, I was like caught between a rock and a hard place, like trying to figure it all out. Now I'm just like, hey, do you know that this character is my character from Duty? Do you know how this happened? And then I just start talking about it, and then they pick up the book, and then 9 times out of 10, the book becomes an add-on to the actual purchase.
Yeah. Will from Creators, they need to stop calling them comic cons. All they want to do is fleece people hundreds of dollars for a millionaire actor, and there's some truth, a lot of truth to that. Terrific specifically said no spinners. Get out of here, really?
Wow.
Cosplay Duty was a brilliant pivot. You appeal to the familiar, but you're still selling your character.
Yes.
I don't sell many prints. I used to sell soda? But then I became a soda jerk.
Oh, wow.
100% agreed, Daph. And what up, Marv? Yo, big shout out to Marvin Wynn. He's got a Kickstarter right now for his book, The Edge. And I believe it's the second
Living on the edge.
volume. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book. So big shout out to Marv. Good luck with that, buddy. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, check out The Edge on Kickstarter. But yeah, man, no, it's true. It's true. And what Daphne was talking about. So that's funny because there was a loophole you found there, right?
Yeah.
It's not prints of characters, it's not prints of Superman, it's not prints of Batman, Wonder Woman. It's not prints of that. It's prints of your character as those characters. So now you have familiarity of the characters, but you're still selling your book. So which is the difference, right? Which is the difference between actually selling prints of other people's characters.
Yeah.
Which worked out.
It was a happy accident because he was always a cosplayer in a comic book. He would dress as a cowboy or a samurai, whatever in the comic book. And then when I started the vlog, the art channel, that's when it started growing because I started getting requests and it just manifesting from that point on. And it just became a happy accident.
So Ray said that he was selling more pop than books. So Ray, did you continue to sell the pop, or were you now like, nah, man, I can't keep selling this stuff. I got to sell my books. Like, what were you, or were you just going with the flow and doing whatever that people were selling? Michael says also seeing a few AI artists at Terrific-Con. So they don't want spinners, but AI art is okay.
It's just crazy.
Interesting. Very. Yeah. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Yeah, no, I mean, I think at the end of the day, dude, when you're at these shows, man, you got to sell. You got to make your money. What up, Ed? Yeah, it never fails, bro.
Never fails, baby. You know I do. Me.
But yeah, no, I think the bottom line is you got to sell what's on the table, man. Sell whatever's going to move. Whatever's going to move.
I think that's the biggest thing. I said, you got to adapt to what's happening.
Yeah.
And Steve Jobs, understood the consumer, right? Everything for him was about the consumer experience. So it's giving them what they needed, not what they actually wanted, right? It's what they needed in their life to improve their way of life. And I think it's the same thing, when they'll tell you what it is about your work that appeals to them the most. And that's the avenue you need to just take and just capitalize on it,
We got so what did Ray? I was selling more soda until the IRS ordered the Bronx Pop guys. Then it was over. Damn. Wow.
Damn.
Lou saying what up? And hey Lou, good to see you. Yeah, man. So that's what it is. I wonder what Jay thinks about this. Sam, you want to bring him in? You want to bring Mr. J.D. Rosario?
I don't even know who this guy is, bro.
Wow.
I just know that this guy said all this stuff about coming in June to play handball. He never showed up. I was at the court. I was at the court with my Adidas, like this. Boy. That was my B-boy stance, and he never showed up. I'm just saying. Before he brings it, in the end, people either want your stuff or they don't. Sometimes all the pitches won't move what the audience don't want. Yeah, exactly. To buy. Yes. So, with that said, we got our guest chomping at the bits. He's there. He's got his ankle bracelet on. They just let him out. But I just want to remind everybody, don't forget to check out my art channel. If you don't know what that is, here it is. What's up? What's up?
What's up, guys? It's finally my time to talk to you guys in person and not in chat and say, I may not have been in Texas in June, but I did not sneak in and out of the New York area without letting anybody know that you came for your beatdown. You know what I'm saying, bro?
I was there. I was at the courts. I was like, yo, where is he? Where is he? I was on the rooftop going, who?
At the buffet, not at the court. I said, were you, George, the crew, and you eating? You having
at the buffet.
You know what it was? It wasn't a slice of humble pie. That's what you were eating. And that's what I was going to hit you with.
It was a smoked old fashioned. That's what I was having. Smoked old fashioned.
Yo, oh my God. I could see you coming out to the court with the opening of your show with the ooh, and the little girl that you got on the show rapping in the music, right? I could hear that up there in the background.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
step from the floor, bro.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
oh,
You're probably gonna
shit.
find the little girl who sung the
What do you
opening.
say? What do you say? What do you say? I can't hear you. What?
It's too late. He dropped the gauntlet. Yo, you know what I like? And the said was like, the man's in the house, and this and Sam just pulled it up real quick and put it down real quick. He's like, the man. What are we talking about?
I was on your block. I was on your block. I went to your
Jesus.
store. I was eating
Oh.
your food. I was like, Toma,
Oh,
where are you?
Oh my god, brother. Yo, when this oh my god. I it's too dark to show you, but in front of my building is a court. My home court is right outside my
I
front
was
door.
right there. You didn't see
You
my
know what
name.
I'm
I
saying?
tagged it.
Bro, you come out of JFK and you in front of my place in 5 minutes, bro. Yo, it's going to take you longer to get to my place from JFK than it is for me to beat you on the court. You know what I'm saying, B? Come on.
Wait, hey,
You to
easy,
bust your
Will,
hamstring
easy.
on the court.
Easy.
We
Will's
both
like
lost
real
our
man.
hamstring in the court.
Easy.
What are you
Take
talking
it-
about? It's right.
take-
Just
take
fans
it
all day,
easy.
baby. Just
Yo,
fans.
so Jay, welcome back to the
Thank
show.
You, guys. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you for coming on and bringing the
I appreciate
energy,
you
my
guys having
man.
me on,
Woo!
This is fun. You know, there's a lot to talk about. You were talking about whether to sell what you want to sell or to sell what you think is popular. I mean, how many people do we see chasing trends, right?
Yep.
Doing it because they think they can make a quick buck or get over, right? But here we are, Sam. You're up there and you push duty.
Later, Pete.
Whether you're pushing duty as a mashup or not, all right, it's still the core of your product. You're not out there doing Homer Simpson as Thor. You're not out there doing, you know, the Hulk as a Dragon Ball Z. You know, everything is starting with your product, right? George, same thing with you. You talk about Russ. You talk about Wonder Duck. So you guys are out there pushing your core product first. I don't want to say you're an OG. I don't want to say, you know, you're the true to your product, right? But you've got a foundation of what you want to do. You see certain things that are out there, and if you can mix it within that Venn diagram, right? If it makes sense for you, then you bring it to the booth.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the whole point, right? The whole point is to move your creation, right? These other people, they've had their time in the sun, right? Everybody knows the Hulk. Everybody knows, you know, everybody knows those characters. It's about your character, what you have. You know, people talk about, oh, there's nothing new. Everything is just recycled. And there's always, you know, reboots. We were talking about reboots last week, right? Reboots, remakes, and all this other. Where's the new stuff? The new stuff is right here. You know what I mean? It's right here.
It's always here. It's always been here, right? The independence is the proving ground. You know, not just with the new concepts, but also how we try to bring new ways of selling our product out there, right? Or whether it's a new tchotchke or not. If we could fit it into our Venn diagram of products, our arsenal, we'll try it at least once.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hustle, it's a grind. And for us and for everybody else who's watching it, doing it as long as we've done it, it's because we love it. And I think it's because we want to tell the stories that we want to tell. We want to, you know, do the things that we want. Like, being of Puerto Rican descent, I know I cannot pitch a Puerto Rican character on the front page. It's not, unless I got some VC money behind me, right? I'm going to go broke trying to do that. But if I can incorporate the concept, right? If I can layer it within the greater parts of the story, I'm still achieving what I want to do with maybe trying to reach a greater population of readers.
Well, you know what it is, Jay. Like, and I think that you've done a good job at, you know, for those who don't know, obviously JD Rosario, you know, is the founder of Unstoppable Comics, right? And this, we've had you on the show, so I know that when you started your company, you know, you were inspired by, you know, a trip with your grandma, right, to the store, and you saw a hero that kind of resembled you guys, and you were like, well, you know what, I want to create my own, and you did that, and I appreciate that, because everybody always talks about, oh, you know, instead of making Superman black, or instead of making Superman whatever, why don't you just create a character of, you know, whether it's black or Puerto Rican or whatever, and you've done that, right? The issue is that unless he's got an S on his chest, people turn a blind eye to it. It's like, well, here's the character. Here he is. You know, I'm representing. Here it is. Why aren't people? Why do you think people don't gravitate to it as much as we should?
Because they still don't know. We don't generate enough bandwidth to get it out there to the mass population. We don't, right? I don't want to say we're isolated within our communities. We're lucky that we have our communities who, if we find the right people, will talk us up to others, right? Recommend our product to others. And that's a great thing to have within us. But even there, it is limited, right? I say this all the time. We don't have VC money behind us. We don't have rich uncles behind us. We don't have major sponsors behind us. So that means that our war chest is starting from scratch, from zero. So every penny counts.
And culturally, it's not at the top of the list when you think about it. When you think about the community, right? When you think about careers, that's not on the top of the list. So it's hard to relate to it. So when they'll encourage you when you're a kid and you're growing up, oh, it's muy bueno, whatever, and they'll tell you to keep doing what you're doing, but they don't, because they don't truly understand it, right? Because you're talking about working class, communities,
all the way, yeah.
Right? It's not something that it's innate. Where in some other cultures where it's like a big thing.
I was at a family reunion this past weekend, and one of my distant cousins, older cousins, it's like, "Oh, you're still doing the little comics?"
Little comics.
Yeah, los muñequitos.
Los muñequitos.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's me. That's me right here.
Thank you. I don't have 17 kids from, all the different baby mamas that you have. You know what I'm saying? So it's kept me out of some trouble, right? It's kept me on a straight path.
That's a freaking word, bro. Los muñequitos, bro. That's exactly
but it's that, right? And when you look at the history of comic books, this is one of the truest American art forms. It started all the way back with dime store novels, right? Yet when you go outside of the country, France, Japan, Brussels, artist comics are treated with revere, and not here, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
That's why
I tell everyone I'm a graphic designer. Yeah.
Marvin said also a puzzle with missing pieces or a puzzle with pieces from another puzzle. Yeah. It really is, man, and we got to try to put it all together. Well, said something. I feel like I just walked into a corner bar in Brooklyn. Nice.
No, but it's true.
That's how we do.
When you think about the Asian community, how they anime and manga is a way of life, right? Mm-hmm. It's part of that DNA. It's not the same with the Hispanic community, and that's the challenge. Which is, you're right. When you try to pitch a Hispanic character, if you don't have an audience and they don't, and that community is going to buy into it, because you're really going after a niche market, and it's a small percentage of the big pie.
It's a niche.
Is it really worth it?
It's a niche, yeah.
So there's a hesitation to go that route because it's a risk.
Well, so Jay, tell like, for those watching. I mean, there's a lot of people in the audience, obviously, that have seen you, and you've been on. You've done your run. You've been doing this for a while. But for those who maybe have never seen you, don't know who JD is. What is your main character? What's the name of the main character, and what is his story about?
So the marquee title within what I produce is called Shield of the Interceptor, and it goes all the way back to what I told you about, what you referenced earlier. I was in Puerto Rico with one of my grandmothers who's Afro-Latina, and on the cover of Captain America 334, you have the new Captain America, John Walker, and his partner Lamar Hoskins showing up as Bucky, right? But you got the guy with the big blowout and the white guy. And here we are in the middle of the pueblo, right? In this town in Caguas. And she's like, oh, look, one of them looks like you and one of them looks like me. Shit, man. There you go. I'm hooked. I'm hooked for life, right? That's a connection for me and my grandmother. And through that run, you saw the character Bucky evolve into Battlestar. And his costume changed a little bit. And he had the shield. So that was kind of my inception way back when for the title character Shield of the Interceptor, right? It was always there, and mixing in elements of Arthurian legend and things that I liked on the TV show Gargoyles and stuff from He-Man. I've picked and choosed every little bit of pop culture that I liked, that I felt could fill out the backstory of this world. Whether I'm going to share it with people or not, it's in here, and it's helped me develop who he is and where I want him to go. And then from there, we've had our team book where we've incorporated other races. And it's not like I was trying to play social bingo. These are the people I grew up with. One of the characters is a Jamaican dude named Rockaway. Well, if you're from New York and you know Far Rockaway, it's a huge West Indian community. That's why it's like that. One of my best friends, his dad was from Thailand. That's why one of the characters in there is Thai. My neighbors upstairs are Russian. That's why one of the characters in there is Russian. So it's what I grew up around, and it's what helped to inform me on building this story. Right. And then going to what I felt would sell is when I would finish the 4-issue arc, I'd treat it as a miniseries, I'd close it, and I'd move on to another genre. So we'd have the superhero genre. We've had the fantasy genre. We've had the action martial arts genre. We've had the supernatural genre, and we've got the horror genre. So when people come to the booth, I'm able to be a sommelier. Right? Oh, what are your tastes? Let's see if something at my table can help fill it.
Yeah, let's check out some of the stuff that. So Daphne, France has a yearly $300 stipend. They give 15 to 18-year-olds to buy culturally relevant products, and then most of that money goes to comics and manga. Wow, all right. See? End of Zed, big shout out to Ed. I dig all of Jay Rosario's projects. Always quality stories with dope characters. One of my favorite being Archie from New York versus the World. Such a dope character. Yes.
Thank you.
And Daphne likes that Princess Vicky Sticks. Oh, what up? What up, Sam?
Yes.
Yeah. I like that character too. Jay, that's a dope character, dude. That's a dope character. So, do you write all the stories, Jay, or do you hire?
I've hired a few people. So, at one point, Brandon Easton. I don't know if you've ever heard of Brandon. He's written. He's writing the Robotech series right now for Titan. He helped Hasbro do a soft reboot way back when. He wrote on the Thundercats reboot TV show in 2011. He wrote on Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, Brandon helped me launch the Shield of the Interceptor series. So when we spun it off from the team book, he helped me develop that over there. And then a gentleman named Eric S. Brown, who wrote a bunch of Bigfoot horror books, tossed in a story for the Unstoppable Origin series, miniseries that I had on one of the characters that also showed up in the StormChasers book. So there are some times where, I've gotten help. I can't say I haven't, right? Because you want to learn from people and you want to hopefully bring in some of their audience also. That's what I thought was a smart play.
What was the biggest thing you learned from Brandon as far as like when you were developing the Shield of the Interceptor? What was your takeaway with working with him? The
polish, the end result. Right? How his drafts were very crisp. And I'm like, okay. So this is how the professionals put together their stuff, because here we are, we're indie guys, right? We learn on the fly and we learn the best way that works for us. I was still up to that point writing my books, my scripts on Notepad, right? Everybody had all this software technology, and here I am, page 1, panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, panel 4, copy, paste, repeat, and then build from there. And I was like, oh, okay. His scripts were looking like a computer program file. The indentations and things were segmented. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. And just talking with him, talking about the creative process and just understanding you don't throw away ideas. It may not work for this thing, but you put it in a bag of tricks. It may show up sometime later on, and you can apply it if it's applicable. Excuse me.
Yeah.
How many issues are you into the Shield of the Interceptor?
So we're working on the second 4-issue arc right now. Andres Barrero, who is the artist on it, will also be at New York Comic Con with us, booth 1948 cool. This year. So you have the whole team. You have the writer and artist there. So come by. If you got books, come get them signed. If you don't have books, you can come buy new ones and get them signed. So we're working on that. That's going to be a 4-issue arc. And then we're also working on the 4-issue arc of the Dead Princess Vicky Sticks right now. So it's after we've built up a catalog. All right, I focus on the ones that have sold, because I still got to keep the lights on over here at home, right? I can't work on every project I want to work on. I think that's the curse of the indie creator. My gears are always running, always spinning. And like I said, that bag of tricks has built up, not just, different storylines, but different concepts. And
yeah, Najee, I was going to say, I feel like when you're a writer, it's even a bigger curse too, because you have to hire the artist to do that. And artists cost money. That's where your money goes, right? Into having a good artist, and not just any art. You can't just have an artist, right? You have to have an artist who understands, pacing, storytelling, and sequential art. Pinup artists are great, but you need a sequential artist to put that story together.
Character acting, you know what I mean? Sometimes that subtlety
man.
of the presentation of someone's look can say a hell of a lot more than you can in 45 words in a balloon, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, like I'm jealous of Sam. He's a whole team by himself, and I'm like, I can't, man, I can't. And not that I'm a perfectionist, but I will. The guy who puts something in a drawer and then 5 weeks later comes back to it and then changes things. With writing, imagine if I did that with art. I'd never finish one page.
Well, I think that's the struggle, right, Sam? Like figuring out, what you want to actually release to the world. What they want them to see.
Yeah, because people only see the stuff that they get them. They don't see all of the bodies, the dead bodies, the ones that never make it, right? I was like, I start over, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that, and it's a process.
So Daphne has a question real quick. Considering the theme of the show, how do you deal with a book that doesn't seem like it's getting the traction you want? You cancel that shit, JD? What do you do?
No, because I'm too stupid. I mean, the smart play would be to move on, right? But it's like, I want to at least let me finish the arc. Let me not leave that hanging. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
I have Shield of the Interceptor mapped out. I've got 6 arcs that are tentpoles that I want to hit. And if things come up along the way, like this arc that I'm doing right now was not supposed to be the second arc. But to get to the second arc, I needed to establish certain elements. So those elements are getting established in this arc, but then you also got to make it interesting, right? You also got to make it fun. You got to make sure people come back. So I had to build the story around that. I can't just do, the exposition dump. Because I also want to sell things that I want to buy.
Yeah. Is it because of the genre that you're in? Is it because it's a superhero book, or is it just because
I'm always hearing that? But the book that I raised the most money on was a StormChasers book, even though this one didn't do well at all. But it was the trade for the collection that has always moved, especially at cons for me. So
no, I'm saying, do you feel like the expedition dump doesn't work on the book because it has to be fast paced because it is the genre that it is, or is that why? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to throw up. You don't want to just be, the data page on the end of an X-Men book, right? I feel that's a bit of a cop out. Give me another series, give me something else, but get me hooked, get me interested, get me in there.
Yeah. No, I hear you, brother. But listen, you're pivoting. You're not just doing comics.
Yeah.
You're also actually doing something, and I know again because I know you, and because I've seen you on other shows. I know you're a GI Joe fanatic,
big time.
You love GI Joe.
Look at the wall behind me.
Yes,
look at the wall behind me, bro. I think I'm surprised Sam doesn't have all his spawns back there to compete with what I got, bro.
So I know you love the 4-inch action figures and all that other fun stuff, which has led you to pursue a passion project of yours, which is your own 4-inch Mr. Shield, the Interceptor action figure. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So I am I'm crapping my pants, guys. I gotta raise dough, or else I gotta look for a new place to live on this one, man. I am. This is something that we've always worked on, and we've come to a point where all the pieces have finally fallen into place. We found the right manufacturer, someone I feel comfortable with, someone that has answered all of the questions that I have and is willing to be ready to answer more when they pop up. I want to do the 1/18th scale. So the 4-inch figure is what we're going for, because I'm running out of space. And I know if I'm running out of space, the ones that do have dough definitely ran out of space, right? Plus, when we're doing conventions, I can bring a lot more product when they are 4 inches as opposed to the 6 inches with a box. So there was a lot of factors that went into this. Plus, the price point is something that is a hell of a lot more affordable for me, and hopefully that makes it affordable for the people who are going to be back in the project on September 21st.
So how long has this been in the making, dude? Like, how long have you been?
Since before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
We premiered, because it's more than one figure, right? But the Interceptor is my marquee guy, so we debuted it at a convention that I ran in. People are making space for that meaningless one. I know.
Sal knows about toys, man. Sal's got some toys that he makes too.
It's killing, you know. Yeah. So I premiered it then, and then the pandemic happened, and then you hear all of these stories from people just from books, that were on the water, that were getting lost. So it's going to be the one regular figure there and the variant look of him. I was hoping that Kickstarter would have approved it by this point. So that's why the pre-launch page is not up yet, but it will be going up. I keep checking every day like an addict,
That's weird, man. It's weird how they do this. Like, some get approved like this, some take forever.
Yeah. I guess also because we're in the design space, and the design space, there's a hell of a lot more to fill out than what we do in the comic book space. I'm looking at this stuff and I'm like, what? They're asking me if not just socially responsible partners, but ecologically responsible partners, and I'm like,
wow.
I gotta get those answers.
Sustainability. They're looking at the type of, chemicals and. Yeah.
Big time, right? They want to make sure it's not done, in a factory where I got 5-year-olds who put together sneakers.
Oh wow!
Right, and I'm like, oh, okay, so I got to answer all those questions, and I guess the approval process is have a lot longer for me.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's another scary part, right? What happens if I find out, the factory that we are using is not fulfilling one of these things after we fulfilled? Right. Yeah. I don't want to become a social pariah. So that's just one more layer of anxiety added to all of this.
How flexible is your launch date?
I really want to do it on the 21st because I want to have a nice ramp up prior to New York Comic Con. This will be live at New York Comic Con. We're going to be doing some interesting things with it during New York Comic Con. I will not be offering anything special for people at New York Comic Con who back it, because I don't think that's fair to the backers prior to that, not getting it. So it's just a hell of a lot of stuff to do, put those kids to work. You know what? If they want to work playing with the figures on a video so I can use it for some social side, I got no problem with them doing that either,
Savages.
But there's always something. Like, again, being a big toy guy, I don't know how familiar you guys are with stuff, but Haya is a really big 1/18 scale figure producer, right? They did the DC Injustice figures, they did Predator figures, Alien figures in the 1/18 scale in the little box, really awesome. But then the plastic that they use on one of the figures, broke, and they had the interchangeable hands, and I'm like, okay, what do I do if that happens with a customer once they get the product, right? Do I refund it? Will I have enough product to replace it if necessary?
So are you doing that with your action figure, Jay? You could take the head off, you could take the hands off. Like, can you do all that kind of stuff or no?
So those are where the stretch goals are coming in. So the stretch goals are coming in with an extra unmasked head, different hands. Stretch goals are coming in because that's with the way you build a Kickstarter and your project and your budget, right? We've already prepared for that and we factored that stuff in. So if we can hit those numbers, all right, it's not going to hit our pocket. It's within our goal, right? And then we have the other figures, which if we get to them, No, we're not going to do toy tested for safety because that costs a lot of money when you want to get the age put on the box. So you get around that by saying for collectors only, or you say for adult collectors only, right? Because I just got a werewolf toy where a lot of the joints don't work, so I can't close it properly. There you go.
Damn.
I'm worried about that stuff, right? Because I know what we got from the STL files that we built that were 3D printed, right? But I don't know what they're going to be like after they come out from being machined. So this is new territory, and again, one more layer of anxiety that it's there. But if we can pull this off, that's one more layer of product we're going to have at our convention space, right? One more thing that is going to help us stand out to the people who are impulse buying at the convention, and that's what we want.
Yeah, was it the factory will test? Okay.
Factory, right? The factory will test, but it's ultimately my call to say, put it through, or here's the money that I have for you to rework it for us.
Right. Yeah.
I was totally thinking about your werewolf. He still looks cool though. Sam pulled up an image of your setup at the convention.
Okay.
You're gonna be. You said what table? 1149.
Booth 1948.
19.
Yeah.
1948. Is that 1948 right there?
That is 1948.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in the same spot that we were at last year. We'll have our books, we'll have our mystery boxes, we'll have our pins. So that's one of the things that you're asking about. Well, do you make things that are going to sell, or do you make things that you want to make? And I'm going with my theory of to find it within the Venn diagram. So we made pins based on our mascot for New York versus the world, Betsy, the Zombie of Liberty, and we're going to have the exclusive glow in the dark for New York Comic Con, and then a regular pin as well. And we're trying to go after the people that are into brats, right? We're trying to go after those that are into the cute and the creepy. One more thing at the table, because the other thing is when you're at a booth, and this is, I hope people don't take this as me being a misogynist, but most of the people we sell our books to are men, right? I want the female base, I do, but how many times have you had, a guy come to the booth and he's there with his lady or whatever, and she's there off looking to the side, like nothing. She's not engaged, she's not happy, right? And then she wants to get out of the booth as quickly as possible because she wants to get out of the con, which is going to kill your sale. But now, if I've got a product that hits the cute and the creepy, right? The person that's into the Bratz doll who is there with her boyfriend, well, now I got a sale for him and for her, or whatever our social demographics are today, right? It doesn't have to be a female at all. I just, at the end of the day, I want your money. I hate to be a jerk like that, but
what's your bestseller? What sells the best at the con?
At the con in New York, it's New York versus the world, man. That's crazy.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Because outside of New York, it doesn't.
Right.
For me, bro.
That also makes sense.
So that's why we went hard. We're building a product behind that. We're going to have not just mystery boxes this year, but we're going to have collector's boxes. Okay. So the collector's boxes are going to be filled. Whereas the mystery boxes are random, the collector's box will be specific for New York versus the world. It'll be a premium item. It will have premium covers in there. It'll have exclusive items in there as well. So if you're looking at stuff on the table, you don't know what to get, you get the collector's box and you got a good shot of getting all the other products. And maybe I'll run you a bundle deal with some of the other products that aren't in there, right? I'll take the quick nickel over the slow dime. As long as I'm still hitting my margins, right? If we're going to be running a $50 premium collector's box, all right, so I want to try to keep my cost under $18, right? So I can run a 65% margin on it with just the box, or if I'm running a deal with a two buy one, get one half or whatever, I'm still hitting a 50% plus margin, or with some of the other products that I got that are on the table. I know, I'm sorry. This is the part of the show where people are like, oh, he's talking numbers. I'm sorry, but this is where my background also comes in, because I had a big retail background on this, right? I was in big box pharmacy stores. I was also a vendor. So I understand about activations on products, and I understand how to set up end caps. I understand how to make displays in a store. I understand the margins. I learned it the hard way. Not that I went to school for it, and luckily I've been able to apply some of that to balance out the creative side when I do conventions.
Does it? But okay, so do you find that what you used to do in selling comics, do you find that there's a commonality to that, or is it so different that you're like, man, it's like learning this stuff all over again?
Certain things like one of the mantras in one of the big box pharmacies that I was at was make sure there's a price on everything. Plain and simple, right? People are gonna ask or not pick up the product because they don't know how much the price is, right? And we come from a go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to ask you, Jay. So just to ask you about that. So okay, so putting the price on the thing, that sounds like, you know, common sense, right? Put the price on the product so people know. Because when I go to a store, I want to know because I don't have anybody to ask. I don't want to have to ask anybody how much this is. I want to look at the price and see it. When it comes to comics, right? Because some of the people that buy comics are introverts, and
100%,
right?
Yeah.
So and it makes sense to put your price on the product, so they don't even have to ask you anything. But if they don't know what your book is about, that eliminates the conversation, the pitch, right? Doesn't that eliminate that part of the sale?
Sometimes, yes. But Sam, can you pull up that picture of my booth again for a moment?
No.
Jesus.
They've fallen, but there's little price tags branded with my logo.
Yeah, I see them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I try to make them big enough so you can see them from a distance, because when it comes to those introverts, they're not interested in the pitch at all, right? Many of them are just going to come up with the $5 in their hand, right? And there you go, and they're happy, and I'm happy they're happy. I don't want to intrude on their moment. Right now, if you're willing to invest a little bit more time, I will talk to you about the product.
Sure.
I have no problem doing that. And that is one of the things I learned from retail. You got to learn when to be the pitch man and when to allow them to just come in and pick up the sale.
What's the best price point? Like what dollar amount gets them to just say, here, take my money?
The $5, because that's the introductory offer, right? That's the lowest price point. If you're willing to go a little bit more, then you got the pins at $10, right? If you're willing to go a little bit more and you want the complete story, okay, then you got the trades at $20, which is a higher margin product, which means there's a bit more turnaround on that. I also got the shirts. The shirts, I get them. We do them at a great price point. So we do them for just over $5 a shirt of my cost. And we sell them at 25 or 20 to 15, depending on the sale and how we fill that person out, right? If we think we could push them a little bit more, we'll say, okay, listen, if you get another shirt, we'll give you a break, right? You get another shirt, we'll do 2 for $30. So now I've just made $20 profit on $10 worth of cost. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that, right? I'll eat that. Plus it's one less thing to have to pack in and store later on. Yeah. That I may not find for the next convention. Let's be honest, Sam. I mean, how many times do you put something away and you don't find it until 3 conventions later?
Yeah, it happens every time.
Right?
Every time.
And you're like, oh my God, I needed this for this sale.
Yeah.
I put it here for this. But I don't know where to put it. And I gotta bounce. I gotta go. Right? Because I gotta play this out there. We're not smart guys. We're not preppers, right? That's why we're married. That's why we have that other half of us who thinks about this stuff. And I'm lucky that my wife is on point. She is the line all your ducks up in a row kind of person.
Yeah.
So that way, when it's time to go, we pull and play, and boom, we're out. But this is all stuff that you learn.
Yeah.
Right. So going back to the toy, this is what scares me, because I don't have the experience yet in that category to be more confident with not just the sale, but the production of. Hopefully I get to the point where I am, but I won't know until I pull this one out, if I can.
Yeah.
So Dash said, I saw an artist vendor in the video say to price things according to bills, 1, 5, 10, 20. So that people don't have to think about change. They give you the bill and that's it. Yeah, no, it's until the first sale of the day is $100 bill and they're buying a $5 item. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you really want me to break this right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I tend to price my stuff at 5 and 10 only because I don't want to have the singles. Like, you sometimes you at $3. It's like, damn, I got to go to the bank and break these things. It's crazy. But yeah, no. And I think
on the other side,
yeah,
right, for the consumer, they're like,
correct.
oh, $18. I don't know if I'll spend that, but 20, I'll spend it, right? It's like the $18 are harder to sell than the $20 is.
Yeah.
But again, it comes from experience. You learn this stuff, and you learn how to feel people out, right? We're all talkers. We all know how to. We're New Yorkers. We know the hustle. We know the gimmick, right? And we understand when we're on the other side how it feels when they push too much. So, in our reading of the person, we know not to cross that.
That's the biggest thing, bro. Reading the customer, like knowing who and knowing when to shut up. Like, all right, this person's either tuned out, is not interested. Let me just let them chill here for a minute and do what they got to do, decide what they want to decide to do. You know what I mean? Don't upsell them until they actually give you the money, because then they may change their mind completely. Like, there are just little things that you start learning the more you deal with people at conventions. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have that experience in order to learn it. That's like, that's like reading the manual on how to drive, knowing the manual, but you've never sat behind the wheel. You don't know how to drive that car. You know how it works, you know the rules, but you don't know how to drive that car until you're actually behind that wheel.
Well, George, we saw that last year, right? When we at New York Comic Con, and we're looking at the people who read the manual but never operated, and they're bombing. And not only are they bombing, they're bringing down the vibe of everybody else around them, right? And it's just like, no, man, you can't kill the spot, you can't kill the mojo, and that's why I got to drink so I can forget.
That's why I got a drink. Kerry says, I didn't dare price outside of dollars. I wish I could have set it up in, set it up in amounts divisible by 5, but I knew it wouldn't work. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, you know your product the best. Big shout out to Kerry.
But it's true that you say that, because like I have my 5x7 prints, and I do 1 for $8 and 3 for $20. You say $4, right? And so they'll just give me the 3 for $20. Right. And so it's I sell more of the 3 sets for the 20, because they're just like, yeah, I'll take the 3. So it's interesting, just that solid number versus the $8. It's plays a different
because what's $2 even at that point, like it's a 10, it's a 20, like
So with the pins, right? We're pitching the pin, we're pitching the glow in the dark New York Comic Con exclusive pin at 15. All right. But if you get the regular full color one, we'll throw you the 2 for $20. All right. And my margins on the pins are freaking great. Great. And pins sell at cons, man. Right? Pins sell at cons.
You're talking about enamel pins or
hard enamel pins, bro. Hard enamel, but they got to be big enough. So one of the things that I learned the hard way, we went in with the 1-inch ones. The 1-inch ones, they didn't move. They didn't move that well.
Yeah.
Now the ones that were visible enough, right? The 1.5 ones, that was a good pop. And we bought in such a bulk number that our price point was down to under $2 per pin.
How do you display it?
Oh, this is great. We pull the back off, right? And you get a little pegboard. You print out a very nice backdrop for your pegboard, where you got the price point for this one on top and the price point for the low ones in the middle, and then you plug them in. You plug them in, and then you get the little jewelry boxes on Amazon for 100 for $39. So it's $39 for a nice little jewelry box. Boom, a great presentation display. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Look at you, beast mode.
That's it.
Oh, but it's it's this is the part that comes from the restaurant on me, right? And you want to have the nice presentation before they walk away from you, because if not, you want the plate to look good.
Yeah,
that's the last thing that you have control over.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
If I leave them feeling good, looking good, you're gonna come back. You're gonna, whether it's this year, next year, tomorrow, with people, you're gonna come back. You're gonna remember us, because you're gonna have a good time with us. Yeah. I'm not as much a salesman as I am somebody who's welcoming people into my home. I'm a better host than a salesman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, no, that works, dude. That I think that's what works. I mean, as many, as people are constantly being bombarded with sale pitches at these conventions, it's almost like a nice welcoming sight to have somebody who just says, hey, you want to hang out for a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, so I see. And it also helps. The fact that you're going to be at the same spot helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you start having the same spot, I'm going to be at the same spot where I was last year as well with Johnny.
Nice.
too.
Okay. Johnny's going to be there too. Good.
Yeah, Johnny will be
Good,
there.
good,
Yeah,
good. So we'll bullshit. We'll have a good time.
Are you going there Wednesday? You're going there Wednesday
I'm
night?
going Wednesday. You going Wednesday?
Yeah, for sure.
Sam, you going to Wednesday?
Sam's not going at all.
Yo, 3 o'clock. Schoolyard. You and me, bro. You and me.
Sam's like, yo.
Schoolyard, no teachers, son. It's on. It's on, baby.
Bro, it's just you and me, baby.
But but then you also learn the tricks that are there, and that's one of the cool things about working New York Comic Con, because it's home field advantage for me, because I don't have to pay for lodging, because I don't have to pay for travel expenses. I'll take that money and I'll buy extra tickets because I'm bringing a team, right? And one of the easiest gimmicks that we do is we get somebody in a good cosplay to stop at the booth so we could take a picture of them at the booth. This one is fiddling with the camera, setting up the shot, giving enough time for a crowd to build up. Because once that happens, right? Person A, person B, person C, oh, can I take a picture with you? Can I take a picture with you? And then the crowd gets bigger. And once the crowd gets bigger, oh, you're at our mercy, because the rest of the team is going to start to cherry pick from the crowd. Once we see that you've made eyes on the booth, oh, hey, come on over here. Come check it out. All right. And that's one of the advantages of having a team, of having a corner booth, and of having experience of doing this.
And having Mr. Frosty outside your window.
Oh, you. Bro, it's 9 o'clock. Mr. Frosty is selling ice cream.
Yo, he ain't selling ice cream, bro. He ain't selling ice cream.
It's not even that hot outside.
Oh,
chill out, Mr.
Yeah, we in the hood, bro. We Yo, this is the only Mr. Frosty that we know that in the back door is not there, right? He just got plexiglass. And you got Jordan backed up, on the wall.
Wow. He's not even getting jacked. That's crazy.
That is hilarious.
That's crazy.
It's the hustle. It's the hustle. And that's the thing I've learned from the stuff that's around me.
Sure.
Not just professionally, but on the corner. And how do I apply that to creating more stuff?
Yo, you just gave me an idea, because I was like trying to move more pins and I didn't even know about that jewelry box thing, bro. Good looking.
Bro.
Yeah,
yo, ask. That's the thing. I'm always sharing stuff with people. I have no problem sharing stuff with people. Right? Yeah. I'm not gonna gatekeep nothing. And if I don't know, I'll tell people I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. And hopefully
that's the beauty. That's the beauty of things like this, shows like this, where people who know each other and are obviously comfortable with each other, just kind of just start talk shop, and ideas just start coming out. And what do you do? What do you do? And we all learn from each other, dude. Like, we all learn from each other. I know Sam's huge on Amazon. My man orders so many
things. Right now. I just ordered my boxes.
Damn.
You see? Bro, 39 cents, bro.
Yeah.
Box.
Yeah.
Right?
And they come in colors.
Now, okay, you ready? You ready for the next level?
Yes.
You ready for the next level?
What's up?
Another level, kid.
You find another reputable sticker company,
and
you get your stuff cheap. You buy in bulk, right, for 10 to 15 cents per sticker, and now you're packaging, because that's what's going to seal that monster or brand it for you.
Yeah.
And your packaging is only 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right? 55 cents. And when you've got an 80% margin, okay, your presentation game just got a little bit better and will translate to more sales later on.
Well, that goes to, you have to be willing to spend a little money, right? And not break the bank, but like giveaways, cards. Sam does cards. I'm doing like 5x7 cards with previews of the book on the cards.
Nice.
So that people can take away with them.
Nice.
Things like that. I mean, all that stuff helps, man. All that stuff helps, because you talk about this all the time, is customer retention, right? Mm-hmm. How much you spend to get a customer. And that's what this is. You're spending a little bit of money to get that customer, and to maybe have them come back because they like the presentation. Like, yo, that's the guy with the pins that sells them. Yo, I got to go back over there.
So every year I give away twice a year I create a new trading card.
Okay.
So twice a year. So every year there's 2 cards that's tied to a samurai story for duty that I'm working on, right? And it's a series of samurai cards. I have people who come out because they want to get the entire set. So that I'm up to my 4th card. This is the 4th card that's coming out next month.
Nice.
That's the front, and in the back it has my QR code and
Okay.
order my books, whatever. But it's a series of cards, right? So this is the 4th one that I'm actually releasing and they get it free just for coming to the table. But if they want the other 3, they got to make a purchase. Right. So this is how I do it. Right. So that's like, yo, I want to get how do I complete the set? Get the purchase. This one's free just for coming over and saying hello.
That's the Happy Meal theory.
Yes.
Right. You get the toy when you buy the meal. You get the card when you get the sale. Right. I do cards with every Kickstarter. Our cards have grown, but they're really not going to sell like that individually for me.
Right.
But I've got the black jewelry envelopes. We've got a the heat printer, the thermal printer for our label maker. Oh, cut that in half. You seal the black jewelry envelope that you can get 6 of the cards in bulk, which they're already paid for. 500 cards cost $26.
Yeah.
And we're putting them in the mystery boxes. So it's still keeping my cost down on a mystery box, but now you're happy because you're getting other stuff. Maybe you wouldn't have bought it, but you're happy that it's in there.
Yeah.
You're happy you got it, and it will lead to more sales because maybe you want the full set. Maybe you want the other cards that are coming back in the Kickstarter. Maybe it introduces you to the books that are on the table, and when you come back tomorrow, you pick that up.
Yeah.
Man. Trading cards are big, dude, and they're not expensive, bro. Like that's the other thing.
I've been doing, but the trading cards have been great because it's bounce backs. What happens is day one of the convention, people get there, the looky loos, they want to find out, they got their list, whatever. So I give them the card, bang. They go back to their hotel, they scan it, they go, you know what? I'm gonna go back to that guy's booth. I always get them the next day or the same day later on because I get alerts immediately when they go to the website. So it's like
nice. That is huge. The metric on that, that's huge, bro.
QR codes are so important, dude. Like they're so useful, dude. QR codes are so useful.
So use a specific one to get the metrics on that. Use a specific QR code generator.
No, it goes directly to my site. But every time I get a visitor to the site, I get an alert. It'll tell me what state. It'll tell me what state, city, and then it says you got a visitor from, El Paso, Texas. So you got a visitor from,
Yeah, nice. I said, talk slower, Jay. I'm writing all this down.
And bro, you can ask me any questions, man. Just hit me up, bro.
Jay, have you seen End of Zed, the book that's
no.
Go to End of Zed. Go to End of Zed when you get up.
endofzed.com.
It's sick, dude. It's based in, I think, in the 1980s, right, Ed? It's a robot that lands in New York City in the 1980s.
Yeah,
and he's forgotten who he is, and he lands in that era. You know how New York City, the Bronx, and all that era was in that time. So it's really cool, dude. And
burning tenements, all of that stuff.
He did this.
Yeah, he did that. He did it.
Nice.
He did a piece for me for Wonder Duck also. Yeah, he's sick, dude.
And Ed said he was coming to New York Comic Con this year.
I don't know. He lives in New York. Ed, I don't know if you're gonna be there, but yeah, stop by, dude.
Come through the booth. Bullshit.
Cool dude, man.
You know what I mean? That's the thing, right? This is where my wife gets upset at me because she's like, okay, let's do this. There's code words for me from the team when I'm rambling on too much. And like, bro.
They got a taser.
Yeah. Because I love talking shop. I do. I have fun with this, right? There's no school for this. Yeah, there's no school. There's no curriculum that integrates the street hustle with the corporate tactics and how do you apply them to comic books. So the only way we get to learn this stuff is when we talk to each other, right? Yeah. And I do believe that the rising tide does lift all ships.
Yes,
right. I know there's some times where competition does come into play, and I got no problem. I feel competition is healthy, right? I love to challenge myself with other people at booths. All right, so again, come through.
No booth, come through, man.
I love to challenge myself. Oh, how we doing? How'd you do? Right, because it's like playing handball, right? I'm gonna beat you on the court. I'm gonna come at you. But once the game is over, we're gonna crack open a beer, we're gonna bullshit, and we're gonna talk to each other, and we're gonna learn from each other. And that's what I feel, we do at conventions, because if you're driving me, I'm driving you. Right? I'm pushing you. I want to see you win.
That's right.
I do. Some people don't feel that way.
Jay will be selling the curriculum next year.
I don't know. There's some people that do that too, and I think that's.
Dude, listen, this is why having guests like you on the show is so good, bro. Because you're willing to talk about the stuff that some people that are watching maybe have questions about, and you're not trying to keep that. You're trying. And listen, a lot of the guys that you roll with and you hang out with are the same way. I know Marvin's the same way. Marvin had a whole list of indie comic stores that he would send to you. Here you go. Like, didn't care. Like, he compiled the list, did all the work.
Anyone that's ordered from him. Anyone that's ordered from him.
I was like, damn.
Right? Like, so, and that again, that's something that we learn through networking with each other.
Absolutely.
Right? Had I never met the person that introduced me, had I never established a nice relationship with the person that introduced me to Marvin, I wouldn't have been able to have access to all that information.
True. But you know what? The key though is don't be an a-hole. That's the only key. That's the only thing. Just don't, you know what I mean? People will share information, just don't be that guy.
Right.
Or that girl. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Until they cross the line.
That's right.
There are limits. Sometimes you got to show them teeth, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you got to leave somebody on zero at the handball court.
Yo, that ain't me, bro. No, look at that. See,
at zero. Hey, damn, son.
This is what I'm talking about. The guy with the ankle bracelet and the walker who needs a stepping stool to stand up above his booth table because they can't see him. Peg leg himself is acting up.
Ankle bracelet on the left, the boot on the right. Okay, get it right.
Lou said, I used to do conventions, but I realized I wasn't doing them right. I'm learning all over again. Yeah, Lou, you gotta hit him. You gotta hit him again, man. I know some people. Hey, some of us aren't built for that stuff, and that's cool too. But I'm a true blue. I love conventions, bro. I do. I love going, talking to the people. I enjoy that stuff. I like it. I
wish I had the time to do every weekend or every other weekend the way you guys are doing it.
Yeah.
I love that. I do. I just don't have that time, so I gotta pick and choose.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And it's like sometimes the events aren't showing up, but you want to do the smaller, the local church basement cons. And this is not a rag. This is just a way to identify it.
You gotta do those.
Right? Yeah. You have to, because that's where you practice your pitch. Yeah. That's where you become comfortable talking to people. That's where you figure out what works and what doesn't work. So that way, when you're doing a bigger show like New York Comic Con, you're not
overwhelmed.
It's those smaller shows that I have the most fun.
There you go, man.
Because it's more intimate. You got more time to connect with them on a personal level, right? You get the best responses. When you're in like a bigger crowded venue, it's like you're going from one to the next, and you don't want to. You got to move fast because you don't want that other person standing around and walk away. Because I'm always by myself, so I got to think about all those things. But when it's a smaller, intimate show, I'm relaxed. I'm having fun. I'm connecting. I don't mind how long the conversation is because it's a smaller show. But when I'm at a bigger show, I'm very mindful of all those things when I'm by myself.
Well, it's the cost of the table too at the bigger show. Like the smaller shows, the table shouldn't cost you that much at a smaller show.
New York Comic Con, 5 tickets, corner booth, $22.50.
Diablo.
$22.50, bro.
All right, $22.50. You saw me sweating, George, last year. Friday, I was like, yo.
But you did all right, though. We
did all right. And then out of nowhere, Friday afternoon, by midday Friday, we covered, right? Friday afternoon, we turned a profit. Saturday was a great day. Sunday was fire sale, right?
That's it.
And all right, but it's still, until you hit that number, you're like,
I know, bro.
Right? But that's also, that comes into where you bring in the high-end product, right? Where you bring in the stuff, original art, all right? Original art, $150. That moves. That's covering the overhead. Right? You want to move that old product, that old stock.
You sell original artwork at the table too?
We sell original artwork at the table.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got 6 pieces I'm bringing this year. They move. If not, we'll apply it to the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Right.
And then since Andres will be there, he's working on issue number 6 of Shield of the Interceptor. So he'll have a few pieces, and I buy them off of him after the Kickstarter's over. What doesn't sell, we'll use that at the con.
Michael DeFonte says everyone should be buying Jay Rosario's books. I bought a ton of them and love them.
How much you paid him for that?
He orders stuff, he gets free books. You know what I'm saying? We've had that order.
No, you just said, it's funny that you said that, because when I get website orders, I always throw in free stuff. I throw in bookmarks, stickers, whatever, just as a thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lou says selling original art was how I made back the table money, the past
Of
one.
course.
But you know what? Lou also has amazing artwork. I don't know if you've seen her
her
work.
stuff is sick. Her
Lou's
coloring
work
is
off the chain, bro.
her
so
coloring.
good.
I aspire to color the way she does. I mean, she's no joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lou.
Again, it's the hustle. Any which way you can. Right? We were selling shot glasses. I couldn't sell drinks, but I could have a shot with my new best friend, if they bought a shot glass.
Yeah.
It happens.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Kerry says he wishes he had deeper pockets. We all make him wish he had them.
Yeah.
But nah, man. And you know what? It's not so much deep pockets, because obviously we try to do what we got. I think you got to work within your means too. There's ways to make it happen. There's ways to make it happen. Some of these things don't have a big overhead, man. Like you talk about cards, like trading cards. They don't, pens. Those things. The books are the ones that are going to cost you.
Right.
Printing has just
that's how I'm actually making up. I'm actually turning a profit fastest with my stickers and my prints.
Yeah.
Faster than I would with my books.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So whenever I sell a book, because I always sell stacks of my stickers and stacks of my prints, then I just throw in the book, and then boom, I feel good. But I make more from that.
This is where I get into a lot of heat.
Uh-oh.
I know not everybody can afford it. Right? There's
times I know. Offset printing.
Offset printing, bro.
Yes.
Offset printing, right? You're selling a book for $5, and depending on your order count, you could be getting it from anywhere between $1 to 60 cents, depending on what you do.
Okay, that's what. Yeah, no. I mean, that makes sense. You know what I was gonna say to you, Jay, was like, because I know, like, hopefully everything gets approved, and the Kickstarter launches for your 4-inch action figure.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking for you is, because you do have, obviously the offset printing. If you offered your book at the show for a pledge, you know what I mean? That may work for you.
You're talking to the man with the plan.
I know. See, that's how I'm hoping that was part of it.
He's got a plan for the plan for the plan.
We got layers upon layers. What was it Donkey said? An onion. You know what I mean? We got the onion rolling, bro. We got the onion rolling.
Good, man.
Good. Plus, how do we apply it the following year? Right. Can we start putting the figures into the mystery boxes? Right. With that, how can we utilize a figure to bolster our single issue Kickstarter? Will it help out since that product is paid? So there's so many ways to look at it. Yeah. I just need to achieve that first.
The key is that, yeah.
Right. But when it does, it opens up a brand new realm of possibilities and exposure on different platforms. Right. We're talking about ways to increase our bandwidth. I get the action figure made. Now I'm doing toy podcasts. Yeah. Right. And we're hitting that cross pollination, that synergy. How do I bring them into the books? Right. So I'm not just offering the figure, we're offering the books as well. And we've got different tiers. So we're going to have the single figure. We've got the 2 figures. We got the figure with the shirt. We got the figure with the pins. We got the figure with the cards. We've got the figure with the premium covers. We got the figure with the collector bundle, which is the higher price point. But I've already have that stuff made.
Yeah.
So my overhead is just going to go to the figure, right? I need them to get that stuff. Can I achieve it? I don't know. And the other thing is I'm running it for 60 days.
Oh yeah, 60 days, right? Yeah.
So I'm coming back on.
That's stress.
We're running it for the max. We're running it for the max because there's always going to be I didn't know it was running, right? And then there's one of the things I learned from talking to the toy guys who run stuff on Kickstarter is that a lot of these shops invest in the Kickstarter, whereas comic shops don't invest in the comic book Kickstarters.
Yeah.
The opposite holds true for them, right?
So Jay, I was going to ask you: Are you doing only Kickstarter, or are you using any other crowdfunding platforms?
For the figure, yeah. But while the figure's running, we're gonna go around the block again on one of our other books, on one of the other crowdfunding platforms.
Are you? Do you have any sort of marketing strategy to the toy stores, to the vendors, to let them know that you're introducing a new figure on crowdfunding to get their attention?
Yes. Talk to the people who have already sold to them to get me in.
Awesome.
Right? I mean, that's the most cost-effective way. Other than that, it's going to be, the bulk ad buys that I'm going to be buying in that time to promote it. But again, I don't know how to budget for that. I have a number. If I max it out, depending on where we're at with the Kickstarter, will determine whether I increase that budget number or I maintain it. Right? Because if the Kickstarter is dying, I'm not gonna put more money into it, right? But if the Kickstarter is moving, okay, and we're close to that, I'll keep adding to the ad budget to get that going. But I've been speaking to the guys who have done Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I don't know if you're familiar with that. He started off with 4-inch 1/18 scale. Jason Bienvenu out of Louisiana, and he succeeded with the 6-inch. He succeeded 3 different times with the 6-inch. I've been talking to the guys who from Zika Toys when they had the Sectors license. They were doing the Sectors, the insect figures at 4 inches. I've been talking to the guys who ran Legionaries, which was successfully funded last year, they were also at New York Comic Con last year. So they have been talking to me about what has happened to them once they funded and how they are continuing to generate sales while production is going on in the factory and hitting different sales outlets. Right. And I'm like, okay. Again, it comes down to the learning curve. It's going to be steep for me. Right. And I'm really nervous about playing in that world because it's so much more money than I'm used to. So we learn. We're gonna learn. We're gonna learn.
Yeah, big time. Hopefully that page gets approved soon because September 21st is around the corner, bro. Before you know it, it's here.
It's right here. It's right here.
I know. That's 3 weeks. Yeah, and then one of the guys, the guys who ran the Legionaries figures, they were telling me they had a 45-day ramp up before they launched. Okay, but they were going for triple digits.
Wow.
So
damn.
I know. And then it becomes the different convention tours, right?
Yeah.
Which ones do you hit? There's Legions Con, which is in Jersey in November. There's PowerCon in Ohio. I think it's March, right? That's a big toy convention. And then there's Joe Fest in Atlanta in June. Will we have our final cuts? Will we have the first cuts, which are the stages, after they get machined? Will we have any of those in time to do any of those conventions, which if we present it at the con, hey, here's where we're at, we can increase our sales, which increasing the sales, more sales leads to an increased order count at the factory, which means a lower price point per unit, which hopefully I can, earn more money on.
What's the lead time from manufacturing after approval of the drafts or the rendition, the 3Ds?
So they already have it. They've quoted me on that, and they've told me from the final payment, which will be 3 stages of installments. They've told me an 8-month production time. Wow. How accurate is that? I won't know until I'm there.
How many units? What's the quantities?
So the unit. So right now we're looking at 2,000 units. So with the 2,000 units, it's 1,000 units per color finish. So that's why there's two of them. But their minimum order quantity is 2,000 units. It's coming out to approximately $10.50 per unit. And that's also including our mold charge. And then $1 per unit shipping from them to us based on a previous order to here in the States. But I also have to factor in my custom fees, my taxes, my Kickstarter fees, and all of that comes back to the cost per unit. So when it comes to increasing that unit count, can we get it to the point where the next price break brings us under $10 per unit? Because at this point where we're at, I'm going to need to sell approximately 1,600 of those units, or the equivalent of in retail, to fulfill my 40K. And then that means I'm only making a profit off of 400 units, of which 10% of those units are going to be applied to shrink, right? And this is from the business world over here, right? And shrink is that 10% that goes to your 2-for-1s, your promo copies, and your damages. So it's not just one thing, because sometimes you're going to be selling damages. And it's one of the things I've learned through like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, or they sell the official retail copy, and then they give they sell the official pristine retail unit, and then they'll sell, a cheaper one for their damaged units. Okay, I can apply that later on to those 400 units. So I'm still earning something. I'm not losing completely on it, But then you also have the people that showed you love, right? Those podcasts that put you on, that keep pushing you, right? You throw them a figure or two, but that still comes at a cost, right? So, but that's part of the hustle, right? That wasn't the retail learning on this.
Right.
So there's just all these different factors that are involved, and yeah, I'm going fucking bananas, bro, trying to keep all of that in play, man. I am. Shitting in my pants, guys. I'm sorry. Plain and simple. Let's be honest. I am. Because there's been so much time that we put into this.
Yeah.
The design phase and the modeling and the files getting printed and then getting painted, and then it was more than one figure. There's a line, right? We developed this to a point where we wanted to do a build a figure.
Oh wow!
And we have that set up. We have the 5-inch figure that would have came in pieces with as the accessory with the other figures to get to that point. But I want to get to making that one figure right first. If I can get that, if I can learn from that, then if we get to the point where we can do the second run, all right, we can apply all that information and have a better chance of success. And maybe I won't shit on my pants every day like I'm doing now.
So yeah, man. Hey, listen. It's gonna be a big deal when it happens. But I think it's gonna have to hustle. Gotta do what you did.
That's it. And we're hoping to capitalize on, the 250,000 people that are in New York Comic Con.
250?
Right?
Diablo.
250 B.
Come on, bro.
250. I think the number they announced last year on Sunday was like 242, 240 something, right? And it was just like, wow. Because they opened up the 5th building at the Javits. Right? You left before they did that.
That's right.
Right. So you've got the 3 main halls, the underneath, and then the big building on the corner that was built up, which has not the Hall H, but prior to they cut the Artist Alley section in half last year, and they had their Hall H in the bottom level. But on the top of the 5th building, they've got those 2 big showrooms. They can combine into one, and they can easily fit 5,000 people in there if they wanted to as well. And that's where they had on the first convention after the pandemic, that's where they had Dave Grohl do a private concert on setup day, which nobody knew about.
Yeah, I know about
that was also where they did the brand new Ghostbusters premiere. And it's just like, what are they going to do this year?
Yeah, that's
see.
dope.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, dude. Is that so? That is the only convention left for you this year, right?
That's it. That's it. We're putting all our eggs in that basket, man. You know, I mean, they've got Rhode Island Comic Con, which is a good one, but I'm not doing it. Right?
When is that? That's in November.
That's usually in November.
Yeah.
It's usually in November. I mean, you guys were talking about horror shows with conventions. I did a Boston Comic Con one year, where they had the Greek parade cutting off one entire avenue, and it's like, how are people going to get to the convention, man, for that?
Right.
You know, so I've never gone back to Boston since then. You know, I gave them one shot. I gave the New Englanders one shot. That's it. After that, that's it. Just like Sam, I'm giving him one more shot.
Damn.
Me on the handball court, and if he doesn't, he's cut off. I'm never.
Dude, I got a letter from your family saying, please take it easy on him.
Damn.
That's it.
She said it to you. She said she was joking. She was joking. I didn't think she was going to send it to you.
I didn't think she was gonna send it.
Yeah, so when I pulled up to the block, I left. I was like, I read the letter. I was like, all right, I'm gone. George, let's meet at the bar.
You get George to drink. Who was it that said that George didn't go to the bar?
George goes to the bar, but he gets like a milkshake.
I go to the bar.
He gets a ginger
I just
ale.
don't get anything to drink. Not anymore, dog.
Not anymore. He used to get ginger ales all
Yo,
the
he
time.
made me feel bad, bro. He threw me this line about, where he used to drink and how people cut him off from that point. Yo, I felt bad for him. I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were on the wagon. And he,
George has never picked up a drink a day in his life, bro.
Oh, God.
You see, if you look at his camera, he'll have photos with him holding stuff, but he's not drinking it.
I got you, bro. I got you. You know what I mean?
I saw those pictures where he was young and skinny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was a cherub. I'm like,
Yeah.
look at that guy.
When he was wearing his big blurless clothes.
Yo, did you see? I was just gonna say that. Did you see the opening of the freaking show? Like those pants were freaking definitely. I had no business wearing 38s.
Oh,
He's gonna fly in the wind. It was like a kite.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I wish I could get it to a 38 right now. Let me just say it. I saw you, wearing the Benetton gear, and then I saw Sam trying to do the salsa bop when he was on the mic. I'm like, come on.
You talking about these two guys? You talking about these two guys?
Look at that kid! Oh my god! Oh my god! Fresh out of juvie.
That's
Yo, what was
Big
that?
Apple Comic Con, bro.
03, right? That was like 03.
Yeah.
That was 03. Which event was that one at?
Big Apple.
Big Apple.
Big Apple. Oh,
At the Penn Plaza Pavilion.
You did a carbo. Nice,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
Carbo. We did Carbo for like 3 years in a row, and
Yeah,
we never paid
consistent.
for a table.
Really?
Consistent.
Yes,
Yeah.
we used to do
Was
his
that on the
marketing.
7th floor or on the first floor?
It had 1 and 2 floors, 1 and 2 at the Penn Plaza Pavilion.
Well, at the
Because
first, one, it was at the bottom.
Not at the Penn. Is it the Penn Plaza Pavilion that was across the street from the Foot Locker next to the?
It's across the street
next
from
to the garden?
Yeah, the garden. Yeah.
Okay, he's on the 7th floor now.
Oh, really?
He still does. Oh, he still doesn't. But he's at the New Yorker, no? Isn't that
The New Yorkers. No, wait.
No,
No,
it's
not
next to
New
the New Yorker. That's a hotel. No, New Yorker Hotel.
The New Yorker Hotel's on 8th Avenue.
It's on 8th
the
Avenue by
back
the
of the garden.
diner. By that diner.
Right.
Yeah.
By the TikTok diner
Yeah.
next to the Hammerstein.
Yes.
He did run it there a few times.
That's when we first met him. Was there?
Okay. After they got
He used to do it at the church. Remember the church?
church on 59 by Columbus
Yes.
Circle.
Yeah.
Yes. But the church were like, why are there, ladies of illicit
Of the
videos
night.
in our convention?
Yes.
And they were like, excuse me, in the basement of our church.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen?
We were at his engagement dinner party. Remember,
Yeah.
George?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he really took care of us.
Nice.
We were called the crazy guys. That's how he called us. It's the crazy guys. Yeah, it was awesome.
Dude, oh my God. He's always dressing like he could have been,
Mick Jagger,
1970s punk rock, the New York
Yeah.
Dolls or something like that. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
bro? And it's just like, how much coke did you do in your
He
life?
was so high strung. He was so high strung. Yes, he was so high strung. But he knows comics, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was at Terrificon, bro.
Oh,
Was he?
really?
Yeah, he was there. I saw him. I was like, oh snap! This guy.
I saw him on one of, I don't know if it was Village Roadshow or the guys who did the hunting on TLC or whatever, but I saw him in one of those episodes where they were in Denver at Mile High.
Really?
Yes, looking at one of the early Superman books. I think it was Action Comics 1.
Yeah.
Right? And he's there with the guy from Mile High. And I'm like,
he used to have booths at Wizard World, and he used to have booths at San Diego Comic-Con, selling his buying and selling comics.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to have a vendor booth, boom, when he was buying and sell comics.
Nice. See? But that's New York, bro. I mean, that's the eclecticness of the con world here in New York City, man. You know, you see them coming out of every area, and the only thing that matters is the color green at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I saw one time a chunky black kid with a tutu and a King Cooper backpack with blonde hair and a parasol. And my man was in his element, having a great time. And nobody bothered him. Nobody gave him a second look. Because the kid was there and enjoying the time that they had doing whatever, bro. Yeah. And that's some of the standing alongside a father with their kids, right? Who snuck them out of school from that day and is enjoying the event with them. You know, I mean, there's a beauty to these conventions.
Yeah. There is, dude.
Shoot, on my Substack last week, I was talking about how my mom came into the con one year.
I saw that, dude. I read that. That was cool,
bro.
Man.
And I showed pictures. She's grabbing Spider-Man's butt. She's taking pictures with Pinhead.
Yeah, how did she sneak the freaking pastelitos in the con, bro?
Bro, I have no freaking clue, man. I have no clue how she did that. But she did. That's a Spanish mom. I gotta feed this fat fuck. Right?
Yes.
But she got it in there, and we chowed down because we didn't have the money to buy the fucking popcorn, which was like $16 a bag.
Yeah.
You know, and she fed us, and then she was out, man. She was out. She got the kiss, the bendición, and she's like, okay, I'm gone. And she had a great time.
That's awesome.
You know, I didn't get to experience that. My pop passed away before we got to see this new world of conventions. Yeah. And he was 33 in 82.
Wow.
And I never got to do this stuff with him.
Right.
I wish. So whenever I see a parent with their kid at a convention, or like you said, my mom coming to the con, that's it, man. Yeah. That's it. You hit me in the fields, you know, and I'll probably give you stuff for free because you connected with me as something, you know.
Right.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm a sucker too. As much as I try to be a salesman, I'm a mama at the same time. Like, you can get one over on me. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yo, that is hilarious.
Yeah. I know, but how do you not like doing this stuff? How do you not like doing this stuff for the love of it?
I love it, dude.
Right?
I mean, it's when I'm at peace. It's some of my favorite things is setting up my booth. I love doing that. I love the process of setting it up because it's like, yo, this is mine, you know. And then when the doors open, it's like, all right, this is why you do it. Let's do it. And I enjoy it. It's sometimes they're long days, but you know what? At the end of it, it's it's hard to explain the feeling like when you're driving. Like everywhere in Texas, I got to drive to these conventions, right? And then you go when the end of the day and you pull up into your hotel room and you got your fast food or whatever, you're sitting down and you just unwind and you're reflecting on the day. It's like, man, this is as close to living my dream as it gets.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
And how well do you sleep? As tight as you are all day, I think I get some of my best sleep during the convention because I knock out and the gears are not running, keeping me up at night.
Yeah. Bro, but you know what it is? It's a long day, dude. It's an 8-hour day on your feet all day. It's exhausting. It's not easy, but it's fun.
It's the tear down after a long day. Then you got to pack it up. It takes me 2 hours to pack my stuff up.
That's the worst for me is leaving.
It's the tear down and then loading up the car and you're like, oh, And then you get a 5-hour drive after that. I'm like, oh, that's the part where you feel tired, where everything your body crashes, and you're like, oh, I gotta go through a drive-through. I gotta get me some fried chicken for this drive, and I'm like, or I pull up into Bucky's and they get me my stuff. But I love Bucky's.
Love Bucky's.
I love Bucky's.
I love Bucky's, bro.
I don't know how Bucky's is not a sponsor yet, bro. Like,
Yes, I'm trying to get Bucky's to be a sponsor.
for real.
Yo, when I drove to Florida, I found them in South Carolina.
Yo, it's the best.
At 3:00 in the morning, I had a breakfast brisket burrito. I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yes.
And
awesome.
I went to sleep there. I felt so safe because it was like the lights in the stadium shining down, man. Dude, and they make money. Where else are you going to get $26 an hour for cleaning a bathroom at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Money,
The store manager makes $250,000.
Yep, $240.
Yes.
Assistant, $120.
Yes.
and it's all listed, right? It's all listed there.
Yeah.
You know what they're
Yes.
making.
Yes. Bucky's is it. Yo, if Bucky's did a convention, I don't care where it's at, I'm with it, bro. You know, it's Disney with the beaver instead of the mouse, bro.
Thanks.
You know, puts Wawa to shame.
Yeah. Shout out to
yeah.
Paulie G and Dylan. But yeah, it's everywhere I go, whenever I'm driving, I have to stop at Bucky's. I took George did a couple of times. It's like they got the best of everything, bro. The best.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna hit you with this. You know, driving on the Jersey Turnpike. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah.
Okay. When you're coming back, so let's say you went to Great Adventure. All right, that's exit 7A. I live by JFK. All right. So that's exit 7A on the Jersey Turnpike. Somewhere between exit 13 and exit 7A, there is a sign from Bucky's. The closest Bucky's is in South Carolina. And the sign says 400 plus, well, whatever, it's 436, 470, whatever. You turn Bucky's that way.
Wow. They ain't playing.
They are not
They
playing,
ain't playing, bro.
Damn.
They ain't playing. They got billboards in Texas everywhere, right? It'll say 60 miles to Bucky's, 40 miles to Bucky's, 22 miles to Bucky's. Hey, are you hungry for Bucky's? They have all these things, and it's crazy. And then you pull in, and it's like the bathrooms are spotless.
Yep.
The food is they're always fully stocked. You never see a shelf empty. You never see anything empty. And they're always making things fresh. And it's like,
brisket on the board. You hear that? Like,
yeah.
Bro, let me tell you.
It's a well-oiled machine.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
No, I was going to say, it's a well-oiled machine. They know what they're doing.
Dude, bro, I was telling this to my wife the other day. Those Christians, they may be right-wing bigots, but they sure know how to run a business. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yes.
Oh, but I cancel this spot.
I gotta put my damn TV in there.
This is what happens when we go too long, bro.
What happens? Look at this.
You were rolling.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The opinions of our guest, JD Rosario, and
I
the
always
opinions of
put my
Cast
foot in
Craze
my
Podcast.
mouth.
What's funny is Sam let the F-bombs roll. He let the S-word roll.
Oh, you don't curse on the show?
Yo, dude, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting like all these visits from Russia, from California, from Peru right now. Like my website's blowing up. That'd be because of you. Yeah. It's like bing, 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 bing.
I bring the heat, baby. I bring the heat. I put the foot in my mouth. I bring the heat. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. I'm just gonna show you this on the camera if you can see it. Those are all visits. Boom, 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 boom. Right now on my website. It's crazy. Tennessee, Peru, Turkey.
Peru? What the hell? You got artists in Peru?
California.
Nice.
What's going on?
I'm bringing
Am I having a sale?
I'm bringing it.
Bringing it, kid.
I wish I was selling something right now.
Right.
They were all making money.
That'd be nice.
Yo, it's crazy. So I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm saying, boom, boom. What's going on?
I wish I could do that for my stuff. You know, ever my biggest count during a live stream were coming from Twitter, and then once Twitter made you have to pay for the stream to directly to them, my stuff just got cut in half. I was like,
That's crazy. They charge you for that now, man.
Twitter charges you to stream on their platform?
Yeah, to the direct link from StreamYard.
Really?
Twitter wants you to have a professional account.
Oh, that's why I can't. Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, I was getting like 30 to 40 views from Twitter live alone. Right now. I was like,
Yeah,
man,
that's no bueno.
you know what I'm saying, bro? That would hit me like a sack of bricks, bro.
Everyone is a gimmick, bro. Everyone wants money to make money.
You know, Instagram won't let you run it for more than an hour on StreamYard. And
You
it's
can
like,
connect your streamer to Instagram?
yeah.
Since when?
Months. I want to say at least 3 to 4 months, at least.
It gives you that option. I don't see that in the
Yeah.
selection. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
you gotta.
Instagram.
Yeah, you gotta line it up.
It
Bro,
doesn't even give me that option when I go to select.
excuse me. Do you have the paid account or the free
Yes, I
account?
have the paid account.
Yeah, bro. It gives me the option every time.
Oh,
But they won't let you run it for more than an hour. They cut off the feed on Instagram.
Damn.
Oh, I got.
So now I guess if you're gonna run it, you got to say at the hour point, hey, come on through to watch us on the YouTube or the Facebook or whatever.
Okay, cool. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they run it straight to the Substack because Substack lets you do podcast hosting on the Substack, and I'm like, okay, but they're not integrated with the StreamYard. So I'm like,
I'm not
you got
using
to pull
Substack.
it down, and then you got to pull the file down, and then upload it through that. But pulling a file from StreamYard takes.
What's Substack's another social media platform?
Yeah.
Well, that's like a blog, like a blog.
Okay, so all right, when it comes to what I'm learning from the Substack is I'm getting more engagement since Twitter's down, and I'm getting more of an open rate on Substack than I was on the through MailChimp. Right, so through MailChimp, I was getting the best I got ever was like a 22% open rate. Through Substack, I'm hitting anywhere between 48 to 53% open rate. They're showing you what your numbers are. They're showing your numbers publicly. So you don't have people bullshitting. Oh, yeah, I got like 4,000 or 5,000 people. No, they're showing you public numbers. Awesome. But their shares are called restacks. So you can share someone else's newsletter, or you can share their daily post, which they call notes as well. And I've gotten more signups organically through Substack than I had when I had the MailChimp link directly on my website.
Interesting.
Really?
So it's working, and I don't have the paid stuff. I got the free stuff, but it gives you the option. I don't run Patreon, so I don't know how similar the Substack runs to the Patreon model at all, but you can do that stuff there. It's a learning process, guys, right? At some point, we're going to hit a saturation point with all of this stuff, right? Because I'm hearing that the engagement on Blue Sky is better than Substack, but I don't have
a Blue Sky too. Bloody hell!
There's all kinds of shit, bro.
I
can't keep up.
Okay. And then you've got your what is it? The Discords. I can't manage a Discord on top of that.
So it is just
I'm trying to sneak in an hour or two during the day job so I can script. Right, I'm bringing my laptop with me just so I can find every moment I can.
Mm-hmm.
This is a grind. This is a hustle.
Yeah, it's too
And
many.
if you don't love it, you're not going to be able to.
Because I got to purge some of my social media accounts. Because when I look at these things, I got stuff that I'm like, what am I getting out of some of these things? There's just too many. I can't keep up.
Twitter. At this point, forget about the sale and wherever it's at. I'm not getting the engagement I was getting on Twitter, especially now.
Yeah. I get people following me from Twitter or visiting my website, or I get a lot of convention goers that follow me on Twitter because of Twitter, but it doesn't grow the same way that my YouTube channel grows. So it's very different. But I always find that I meet a lot more people that they know me from Twitter or from YouTube at conventions.
My Twitter stuff is it's a non-starter, right? But I'm not putting Twitter. My YouTube. My YouTube is a non-starter. I'm not putting it first, right? I haven't tried to cultivate it, and I think maybe that's one of the problems. It's one of those. It's the cart before the horse, right? So I gotta bring that back. I gotta focus on what's the center of my operation,
Yeah.
right? And it's the comics and whatever falls within the Venn diagram of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
You
fact,
know?
I used to be a member of like 50 different groups on Facebook, and I purged it. And so now there's like 3 groups on Facebook where I get a lot of um um support or
Okay,
engagement from, just
okay,
3 specific ones that's for artists. And so I'm cultivating a following just from those 3, but I used to post on so many, and I was like, I just stopped doing it, and I'm just focusing on those 3.
okay.
And I'm building that community there.
Yeah, no, I like you. There's 3 Facebook groups that I try to engage in. You know, I post the links on there. Again, it's just there's too much to manage,
Yeah, it's too much.
right? And I'm not bringing in the revenue, or I don't have a big enough war chest anymore to hire the people in to help me to manage that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. At that point, it's almost like you need like a social media manager. You know what I mean? Like with all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm big on like Instagram and pretty much Facebook. That's where I live. Like those
Okay.
2 places. You know, I post every day on Instagram, like at least 1 post a day. But
Okay.
that's about it, dude. Like I really, you know, it's like I don't do TikTok. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's videos and like who has time to make videos? You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
But you need that stuff, right?
You
You
do.
need that stuff
Yeah,
for
you
the Kickstarters.
Yeah,
And
I do shorts to keep my channel growing.
yeah.
okay,
So whenever I do a short, I get about 2 to 3 new subscribers just for my shorts.
nice.
Just to keep it until I put up a new video vlog, which I'm currently editing, still editing one of them. And then when I post that, then I usually get like tons of followers from that and a lot of engagement. So, but I keep the shorts going just to keep the algorithms flowing on that channel.
How much time does it take away from you making new content?
That takes away. So the shorts are quick. So the shorts, because every time I draw something, what I used to sit down, put the camera on, and film me drawing and edit those videos. I don't do that anymore. Now what I do is I just take screenshots of each phase of my drawing, from pencil, ink, sketch, whatever, to colors, and then I create a little video snippet. In fact, I do it on TikTok. When I upload the 10 slides, 10 images, TikTok will create a video for me.
Okay.
And so then I'll export that video and I'll upload it to YouTube as a short. So that's faster. So I do that. It's easier than me filming myself for over an hour, going back and editing it and speeding it up and doing all that stuff, because you should take away from the creative process. The vlogs are the convention stuff, which I grew my fan base from those experiences, because I
Okay.
share the behind the scenes, the journey, the stops at Buc-ee's. It's like, dude, you haven't seen my vlogs, I'm gonna bust you up. So and then and that's what actually garnered a lot of the community that I've grown, and the followers. I have some really loyal followers just from that YouTube channel.
So my brother-in-law was trying to tell me to do that stuff. He was like, do the Anthony Bourdain, right? Film your convention experience and then film where you went to go eat, and then who
that's
you
what I
got to
do.
bullshit with. And
I
I'm like,
do the hotel,
Okay.
everything. The drive to it. I filmed driving through a tornado, going to a convention. Right? I mean,
that I saw.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got balls.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm from the block, bro. I'm from the block.
Yeah. You know what we didn't have in the fucking subway? Tornadoes.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about tornadoes until I came to Texas, bro.
Dude,
And then
man.
it's just all over the place. It's crazy.
Now, don't get me. If you got everybody chilling in the underpass, and then you got the kids breakdancing like they do in the train, I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll draw upon some similarities, but other than that, I'm not there, man.
Yeah.
I'm not there with it.
Yeah, but I found chicks to speed things up. The only thing that takes long is the vlogs, because I got to take all of those video clips, I got to splice them and dice them and edit them and do all that stuff and get music and narrate some stuff and do all that stuff, and that usually takes me about 9 hours.
So, do you see that converting into sales?
Yes. Every time I post a new vlog,
Okay.
I get tons of hits on my website, and then I start getting orders. It's whenever I post a new vlog. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if the content connects with the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you find yourself plugging the product during the vlogs, or
I always do.
organic?
It always do, it always say, there's a section on there where it says, hey, go check out my website or my books available, whatever. It's also in the description on the bottom. And then I also post where I'm going to be the next events as well on it. So I throw those in there.
So you got a pre-made template that you just
Yeah,
plug
yeah.
it in at the back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And it took you time to do that. So it's going to end up saving you time in the long run.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning from you too. I'm learning from you too, bro. All right. The one thing that I'm not going to learn from you is how to lose to me on the handball court. That's the one thing I'm
Dude, I'm going to show everybody the letter that your family wrote. Right? Please. Mi, entonces, like, no, mi nieto, déjalo quieto.
accent too. Please.
Please, por
This kid threw a
favor.
rhyme in there. He said, mi nieto, déjalo quieto. Dude,
Okay. All right.
he said, okay, all right.
I'm with it. Listen, you gotta wait. You learn about what weather real quick when you get to Texas.
Yes.
And I'm British, and I
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, nothing prepares you for this, man. I was like,
Yeah.
it was crazy over here with this damn tornadoes and hailstorms. The hailstorms, man, the hailstorms damaged my roof. 2 years in, I had to go and get my roof repaired because of these hailstorms. It's crazy.
had to sell a lot of duty to make that up, baby.
No, man, it's nuts,
You
bro.
know?
It's nuts
Shit.
out here. But yeah, man, a lot of nuggets on this show tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad. I'm glad that I'm able to help bring those nuggets, right? Because this is expensive. And if I can help somebody save a couple bucks, all right. Okay, that's almost as good as a sale, right? Because you created that connection with somebody. They're going to remember you because, I used Jay's advice on how to go about this. May not have been the exact way, but they were able to cherry pick some things that can help them save a few pennies.
Yep.
I'm with that. That helps fill that that emotional well.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes you need that to go keep the engine running as much as you do to need the sales to keep it running.
Word. Yeah,
Not
man.
easy, brother. It's not easy.
So when's your Kickstarter gonna launch?
September 21st, 8 p.m. We're gonna run the live stream. We're gonna have the setup the day before, maybe drop a nugget or two on Comic Book Streamland Friday night. But Saturday night, September 21st, we're going to be launching the Shield of the Interceptor action figure campaign on the Kickstarter.
Wow.
What's up, brother? Yeah, I'll be at Baltimore Comic-Con that weekend. So if you want me to jump on, I'll jump on for you, bro.
My man, we do that. If you want to come back on Friday night too, we can rock and roll.
Night.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Whatever.
Yeah, we got a busy weekend. And I can't wait. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time.
I'm excited for you, bro. That's a
Thank
big doof.
Thank
But if anybody can pull it off, you can.
Oh, bless you. Bless you. I appreciate you saying that. I'll let you score a few points. We'll be grateful. You know? Thank you.
I'll let you use your step stool, bro.
Thank you. You know what? How about this? Because you let me use the step stool, I'll let you play a doubles game with me on the court, single. I'll let you bring the little girl that sang the intro video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That's it. No ice cream for Mr. Softy for you, bro.
That's how we do, baby.
We're cut
This
off.
is how New Yorkers show love, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
is
All right,
amazing.
you dump on each other.
That's
You have
it.
to.
That's it.
That's
Give
how
me
you
that
have a
ice
good
cream
time.
come back.
That is great.
Shit, yo, now it's funny. I'm thinking about sports and I'm getting my hamstrings locking up.
Oh, damn.
It's like, oh, geez.
Oh,
I'm just
snap.
sitting down and my hamstrings locking up.
My knees just reminded me they're bone on bone right now. So take a step back.
Horrible.
So
It's horrible.
that's what my knees are telling me.
Oh, man.
So yes, thank you guys for letting me share this stuff with
no
everybody.
doubt, Jay.
Thank you for letting me talk about the figures that are coming out along with the books that we've been able to produce. So
Outstanding.
September 21st, Saturday night, 8 o'clock, we're going to be launching this monster.
And then you'll be at New York Comic Con.
New York Comic Con, October 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yes.
Who's 1948.
Yeah, look at that cheesy smile, bro.
Yeah.
That's the day that they released them.
That's the day that That was the day, that Friday that I covered the table. I was like,
All right,
okay,
that was you right
okay.
there. Yeah, baby.
We did it. We covered the table.
Jay,
So-
your birthday falls around that time, right?
It's actually the weekend before, October 14th.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
last year we were able to celebrate my birthday at the convention, and
At
we
the
had
con,
cake.
yeah.
It was a surprise. It was a good time. But
That was
this
good.
year, I think the 14th is the Monday or the Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's the Monday,
Prior?
I think, because the 16th is like the Wednesday, I think, right?
The
Yeah, I think
14th
so.
of what? October or September?
Yes,
October.
October.
Oh, the 14th. That's the New York Comic Con?
No, that's my birthday.
his birthday.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. 14th is Monday.
Yeah, it's a
It's
Monday.
Monday. Okay. Yep. That is the year that I start the back nine of my 40s.
Oh,
You know what I mean? That's
snap.
it. That's it, kid. The countdown begins, bro.
Oh, well, you lying. We know you in your 60s. Stop acting up, bro.
Yo, I gotta cut all this gray off now.
I gotta cut the
I don't want to
gray
say
off.
nothing about Sam running the Mufasa with the little gray stripe on his beard. I was gonna leave that alone, bro. You know, but he's got that, that Mufasa. You know, that little gray, bro. I was happy. I was gonna leave that be. But okay.
The Mufasa. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
I
man.
love it.
That's awesome.
Yo, Jay, come back anytime, my man.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be here.
Sure,
Hope
dude.
everybody had a great time, and you know, just keep sharing the love, man. Make your books. Don't let nobody stop you.
That's it.
Word.
That's
Word.
it.
Sell what you want.
That's what
That's
you
it.
want,
Sell
brother.
what you
What
want.
you
You're gonna
want.
suffer like the rest of us, regardless.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
And if it makes you
man.
feel better, you'll watch me beat him on the handball courts. That's what I'm talking about. Woo.
That's gonna be the vlog.
Yes.
Night, Michael, take it easy, man.
We're gonna have
Say
George.
goodnight.
We're gonna have George recording it because
I am. I
he'll be
have
so
to,
out of
bro.
breath after the first volley. Fucking him out.
Why are you on the floor? Get up.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Call it-
missing the ball.
Call it to the bullpen. You gotta finish. You
Get
gotta
me a
finish.
Miragua. It's over.
Oh,
All
snap.
right, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a
Alright,
good night,
brother.
everybody.
Peace.
Later.
That's
Ah,
JD Unstoppable Comics. Go and check him out. He's killing it. He's killing the game. I mean,
Rosario. Good
he's
time.
always
always,
got-
always a good time with JD.
he always has a lot of good nuggets. He's always dropping knowledge. You know, and he's one of those guys, man, that's fearless. You know, he believes in his product. He's fearless, and he's always thinking about the next step. Like he's got game. Like when you think
That's
about game, like he's the salesman. He knows how to pitch it. He knows how to connect. He has charisma. You know what I mean? It's that
Genuine. He's
personality.
genuine. He's
Yeah.
genuine dude. You know what I mean? You feel the genuine. He's the guy, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with him on out there. Eventually, we got to get two of you to actually like.
Yeah.
You've never met him in person. Like
Not in person, nah,
yeah.
man. I got the handballs too. Yeah.
Let it go.
I
That's
got
not
it.
happening. Stop lying
Yes.
to the people.
I even got a sponge one so he doesn't hurt his hands.
A sponge one. Jesus. Nice.
You know, it's like
Oh man,
so,
that is hilarious.
but yeah, it's I'm looking, one day we'll be at the same convention and we'll hang out, and but I'll have my handball with me. I want to make sure that
Yes,
if I
please.
know that we're gonna be at the same event, then I'm gonna be hitting the cardio circuit, get my cardio up. So because handball makes you sweat. Handball
Yeah,
makes you
a little
sweat.
bit.
You're running, you're diving, you know, it's a ain't no joke. Never played it, you know. But yeah, it was a great show. Thank you for everybody who came out tonight.
Yeah,
Showed a lot
people
of
came
love.
out tonight, man. Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Yeah, it was like tons of activity on Facebook and on YouTube. So thank you all for watching. And if you're listening on the streaming podcast, don't forget to leave a comment or head over to YouTube and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You know, we do this show because you know, we love what we do and we want to spotlight, you know, the independents out there. We're the OGs, the original independent comic book podcast, founded in 2005 and still going strong. This is episode 560, right? So, episode 560. And, you know, when we grow, our independent community grows, and the more eyes on us, the more eyes on our guests. So hit that like button if you haven't done so already, subscribe, share it with a friend. And, you know, thank you for coming by, everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. And then next week we have, let's see, who do we have on next week?
I don't know.
Let's
What do you got?
see.
What do you got next
Let me
week?
see.
Is what,
Oh,
the 10th?
I'm opening up the Calendly app. Get out of
Oh,
here.
here we go. Here we go.
What does it say?
What do you got?
Events.
Where your readers at?
Next week we have Dis Casillas.
Okay.
And Dis Casillas is a international touring Latino comedian.
All right. All
Was
right.
performed across America, Mexico, Belize, and the Bahamas.
Let's go.
Has been featured on Laughing My Ass Off TV, Amazon Prime, Apple Comedy TV. I mean, all over the place. So yeah, this is gonna be an awesome one. We got a comedian on the show, not just Jay Rosario. We got an actual comedian this time. We actually real good jokes.
Wow, good joke. Yeah, we'll have a good time next week. All right, so it's gonna be another fun one next week. So
yeah,
make sure you tune in.
Yes, and if you haven't done so already, hit that like button, subscribe. With that said, I am Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
George the Dreamer Medina.
And we are out. It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him.
Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking?
Oh,
He described me. He said, I'm the what?
Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. This is Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.